Hello. Happy to be here, and share my experience and how we got to this point from the very beginning. First, I want to tell you about who we are. This is the main team. Now we have around 10 people, somewhere in some periods and steps around us in the company, but the beginning was me and my husband, Reinis. Our background is I was head accountant in a middle company, and I also graduated the University of Latvia. I have a master's degree in business management, and Reinis used to work for a bank, and he graduated the bank school. And actually in Latvia it's now quite common when you get your first child, you change something in your life, and this is what happened to us as well. I didn't want to return to my job, and that's why we had our first idea, as we have a place in Ance, which is in Kurzeme, if you know where it is, maybe someone. Beautiful place. There used to be closed territory because of Soviet Union's border, so it's really good. It's not damaged, it's clear nature. Of course there is some military heritage, and Reinis' parents have a house next to the river, which is really popular canoeing river in Latvia, called Irbe. And we started with 6 boats in 2010. Reinis was still working in a bank then. I was fully in this, and this is our first trip with friends and family. We just checked out, and next week we had our first renters. We do things a little bit different. There are many companies who rent boats, but we offer something more. We offer, we come back after the boat trip with Russian car was, through woods, and tell about animals and so on, but it's not about this today. Next year, as this went well, Reinis quit his job in bank, and we also started a boat track. So we don't have a guest house, we don't have classical tourist place here, we just have beautiful nature, knowledge about nature, and now we have boats and a lot of boats. And happy to have a lot of clients as well. So this went well, and we needed something to do in the winter. You have to do something in the winter, since season is quite short in Latvia. What we saw, as my husband is also a hunter, and there are a lot of hunters in Latvia, and also there are a lot of boars in Latvia, and the amount of them grow fast, because every year they have 10 children or more, and they damage fields where the vegetables are grown, so you need to hunt for them. And hunters in Latvia used to throw away the skin, the fur. One day the idea came, what we can do with these skins, since it's really good material. So we thought, yeah, we could try to make hairbrushes of this material. It's pretty stiff, And then we did a research in the internet, and we saw, yeah, this is an industry. There are even farms in China and India. They grow boars to get the bristle, and you can find many ways of boar bristle hairbrush, since boar bristle is seems to be the best material for hair, because it has qualities which helps to keep hair in good condition. What we saw in this, that there's no ecological hairbrushes, and as we understand and the world goes to back to natural ecological approach, since it's not enough to make less rubbish, it's even more going to produce and make things that last longer and don't do damage at all to nature. And this is what we decided to do in Latvia. It's actually really easy to do. Keep your product ecological, natural, and we have strong designers who can work in different fields. In Latvia there was not even one hairbrush producer, so we had to do everything, learn everything by our own, starting from designing them to making and selling. What we pay attention to is, as well in Double Lava and in WildGood, to gently take from nature something good to human. And our points are sustainable design, as we say now, that our hairbrushes, you can use it forever. They last for a lifetime. Probably we can't say it like 100%, but we think it is. And also the production, we have really, we really would like to order this bristle from China, but we still don't do this because we know how they come, who is working on them, and how much are these people paid for that, and how much some kinds of chemical products are used. So we just buy them in Latvia and do the production here as well. The difference is really big. It's 10 times cheaper to do the production in China, or even if we buy the bristle in China, we could save 300% of these costs on bristle. Also, we think about packaging. We try to do that people who buy the brush, or usually also gives as a gift, they don't have many boxes just to throw away right after they get home. We have purse from linen, and you can, after you've took out your brush, you can use it like keeping lipsticks or something in it. And we we aim to no leftovers. Now we have skin after we take off bristle, we have skin left. We are now at the moment working on finding a way how to produce further skin. Fortunately, nobody in Latvia wants to do it, but we have partners in Lithuania who are really happy to help out, and we will soon see what we can do with this skin afterwards. As many speakers mentioned, the sales, it's like the main thing to think about in the beginning and all the time. because if there's no sales, there's no way to survive. And what is our challenge is to mainly sell on the web, which does many good things. The first one is we can leave more money on our own. We don't have to share shops and distributors and so on, and transporters as well. It's quite cheap. We have a little thing, we can easily ship it to any place in the world. It costs about 3 or 4 euros. And also it saves really many resources. We don't have to have big cars going through all the Europe or aircrafts or clients to USA or Australia. We just speak with our client and ship to them. Also, it's design shops, hair salons, eco boutiques, and other web shops through whom we are selling. Yes, because of price, we are not typically in big chains or big supermarkets, and I think more or less probably it will not be in the near future. In Latvia, we have really big job to do on telling people what is boar bristle, what is design, what is quality, and why the price is what it is. But in these other countries, you can see USA, UK, Australia, Sweden, Canada, as a surprise, they already know. In USA, every lady knows what is boar bristle hairbrush, and almost everybody has it, or wants to have. In UK, there are 3 big manufacturers who produce these hairbrushes, boar bristle, since 80 something, and there's really big market and really not easy to enter, but we can compete here with our price and with this eco approach. These big manufacturers, Ken brushes or Mason Persons, they still don't have ecological products. They just have plastic and usually nylon bristles attached to use like a whole boar fur. It's stiff only on that middle part. Other is so if you want to use soft, you can add plastic one in the middle, so it keeps functioning. We don't do this, but many do, and it loses qualities on that. Yes, and then these are USA, UK, Australia, Sweden are the customers who buy on the internet. We are not present here in these countries there at the moment. Norway as well, Russia, it's or double clients from Russia who are really crazy to and want to buy like 5 or 10 of them to get to everybody in the homeland. They kind of appreciate the quality and the design as well. That was also a surprise. And Canada as well is kind of little amount, but still the internet sales from Canada is also good. What do we do now for export as classical? We have person in Belgium, in Brussels, and in Spain, in Barcelona, and also a part-time person in London. But we worked with Spain for a while and just started in Belgium. Belgium is a center, in my mind, it's a center of Europe, and you can easily approach people from many countries. And what is good in Brussels, there are many wealthy people, diplomats, and from all over Europe. And I've been there several times, and there are eco shops which are half empty. They don't have products to sell. Actually, Madura now is really, you can see it in every shop in Brussels since a year or two. But before that, they entered the kind of empty market, actually, which seems surprising for such a big city, but that was. And yes, we are looking for others. The USA is our big challenge, but we can't be present because of costs in here and also a big market. But it's kind of a big dream. And Australia, which is also surprisingly for us, we have many orders from Australia, and we have no contacts in Australia as well, since my brother married Australian girl this summer, and they have big family here. There. What do we do now? We get a lot of information. You can see Riga, Gateway Baltic, Export Mornings, really nice event. Thank you for that. Different seminars. Also, we haven't actually been to any of business incubators, and I think it's too late to join now. But we still use experience. Yeah, kind of not big, but still really good. These grant programs. And also we have friends with information from different countries who live there. We use them, and they are happy to help. Fairs, it's not little marketplaces. Fairs, it's trade fairs. Many design companies say that it's a main point where to get clients for export. And we've got some as well. And export missions and visits, it's what we are working on and saving our money for it now, since our product, like main portfolio, is now ready. We have kind of different kind of products for women, for babies, and for children, and for men as well. We are, of course, working on more products. There will be bath brushes soon. In the beginning of next year, we will work on them. But now this hairbrush product is really ready to expand quickly now. In these 3 years, we've come to that point. I want to tell you about things I've realized that people are aware of in the different countries. But first, it's quality. As soon as a partner gets our product in their hands, he says, yes, this is great. I'm sure it's good quality product. But if you tell them, they also usually think, oh, Latvia, it's like, you don't know what they do there. Even sometimes, do you have internet, or do you know what ISO standards are? And the second is communication. I've heard about bad experience that Latvian companies doesn't respond quickly, and they doesn't do shipping properly, and shipping is expensive from Latvia. This is actually true, but the point is, what we do, we work on on that shipping point as well, we try to give free shipping, and it works surprisingly on little orders and for shops as well. Some negotiations to do with shipping companies, but still it's worth it. So yes, the quality and the communication is the first points we put on our first list, and that works. What challenges, or actually problems or challenges, or how do you call them? Sales. At first you have no sales, then you have a little sales. It's not enough to pay for rent and salaries. Then you have balance for a really short period of time, and then the sales is a problem again because it goes faster than you can produce. We are now on that point, and I don't know which one is tougher. If you don't have sales, you have time. If you have big sales, you don't have time. You just have to move on and change things quickly to do more and more. And in production, it's not that easy because you have some kind of cycle. But yes, Latvia is a small country. You can easily find stuff, and you can do it. Non-effective costs. In the beginning, our hairbrush costs were equal to the price. Now it's, of course, a lot less, because since the amount grows, some costs are possible to cut. But you have to keep your mind on it all the time, because nobody will say, oh, now you can order 500, I will do it for half price. Crisis management. In the beginning you have to do everything at one time. After these 3 years it's better, of course, but since sales grows, again, you try to do more sales, more work on export, but then you have to reorganize your production, and then you have to work with staff and work with costs and everything. But since time goes, it goes less and less, and it's easier. Because you've done that, you can now do this. But it's really a normal problem to have in the beginning. And focus. We've had many ideas to do this and like move from hairbrushes to something else. We now have this leather, we can do some leather stuff and so on, but we've decided to focus on brush products for now, but it was not easy to resist these opportunities to do something else and easily go into something nowhere. It's better to focus on something one and then do it best. And in the beginning I just want you to show some pictures you won't see usually. This is taken by us. Deer is swimming across the river. It's really rare to catch that moment. This is an Riga River in Latvia. This is what all these difficulties to be an entrepreneur is good about. When you can see this moment, just working, just having your annual boat trip to see if there is no other trees and to see if everything is in the right places in the river. And this is little lynx. It's found in the woods. Mom left him. We don't know because of what. Maybe she returned, didn't touch him, but still can't see this really. Thank you and Merry Christmas. Questions?